Hello everyone, I'm Alicia and I'm going to start off with a quick question, okay? So, have you ever been with a group of people and they say something that you might not necessarily agree with, but you can't say anything either because you're afraid no one else is going to agree with you? When I was 12 years old, I remember this one time my sister decided to start wearing slippers indoors. One day when she couldn't find them, she started panicking and stressing, which confused me at the time. In my head, I thought, what's the big deal? It's just the floor. You can walk barefoot on it. Anyway, a year later, we're talking, and she breaks the news to me that she has autism. She also continued to explain that the slippers habit was a sensory issue. Ever since, I have consistently worked on my empathy, especially to support her. Now, you're all probably wondering, what does all this have to do with the question I asked you earlier? Well, my answer is everything. When I'm with people, especially from my generation, I hear a lot of autism jokes, which kind of sting because even though I'm not autistic, someone I love has autism. These jokes usually occur when someone is quiet, awkward, and says something random. And that's when someone goes, "You're so autistic, bro." Are they though? No, they're not. In psychology, we call this labeling. And in this particular situation, although it's intended to be playful and humorous, it's not something that should be casually used as an adjective. The thing is, using the word autistic as a joke reduces a very real, complex condition to just a stereotype. So, how do we eradicate this issue? The root of the problem is misinformation. Therefore, in order to prevent casual labeling whilst learning about the label, here's a fun little acronym that I like to use to make this process a little easier. It's called QUACT. Don't judge, I like ducks, okay? So we'll start off with QU, question and understand. Before I say something, I just take a pause and ask myself these questions. Is this true? Is this disrespectful? Can this affect someone's feelings? This simple pause helps us take other people's feelings into consideration. Another problem with casual labeling is that not only are we understating the actual struggles of having autism, but the person we're labeling can possibly doubt whether they have the disorder or not. Simply not because of any symptoms they're showing, but just because of the label someone might have used on them. A lot of misinformation and stigma stems from the influence of the media. Are any of you familiar with the character Dr. Sean Murphy? Well, if you're not, he is from this television show called The Good Doctor. And he's probably the best example for this scenario. He is an autistic surgeon who struggles to communicate and interact with his colleagues. Now, while the show attempts to provide positive representation, somehow it ends up supporting negative stereotypes. Stereotypes like intellectually challenged, struggles in social communication. Like in this example, autism is often portrayed as a tragedy. Therefore, representation like this leads to people making assumptions, ultimately distorting their perception of autism. So, this gets me to my next step. A, asking questions to others. Whenever I had any doubts or any misconceptions, politely asking questions is a foolproof way to gain more insight about autism. Now, a reason for these constant doubts was social media. As I was researching, I realized that social media has majorly impacted this issue. A study was done where TikTok videos under the hashtag autism and videos under hashtag neurodiversity were both searched once. The findings revealed that the videos under hashtag autism were more humor-based, while the videos under hashtag neurodiversity were more informative. Now, these humor-based videos, they only highlighted certain symptoms of autism without providing any context. Content creators would mislead their viewers by dramatizing some symptoms just to gain appeal and build engagement. So automatically these humorous videos will gain more exposure than actual educational content. This can potentially stigmatize autistic individuals and undermine their respect and their dignity. So, the next time you come across some quiet guy on the internet calling himself autistic as a joke, think about this next step. C, changing the way we phrase things. I realized if I stop defining things that have a complex meaning, I can simply describe them with simple words that don't have any deeper meaning to them. Moving on, our next step is K, knowledge. If I may, I would love to help you out with this one. So what exactly is autism? It isn't just one single disorder. Now, the general and medical term is ASD, autism spectrum disorder. Technically, the definition is it is a complex neurodevelopmental disorder involving persistent challenges with social communication, repetitive interests, repetitive behaviors, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, if that went over your head, I understand. And it's fine, because autism is much, much more than that one sentence. While autism can mean, yes, social communication, like difficulties with social communication, it can also mean loud sounds, bright lights, and certain textures distressing you. It is a spectrum, meaning each individual can experience the disorder and the symptoms differently than the other. If you want even more real knowledge about autism, the best sources, and let's be honest, it's not me, but the best people to teach you about autism are autistic advocates. Jack Den Houting, an autistic activist, has a TED Talk actually, talking about why everything we know about autism is wrong. Similarly, Ethan Lizzie, an autistic student, has a TED Talk titled, What It's Really Like to Have Autism. Autistic advocates like them share real, detailed insights about their experiences. So, listening to them and learning from them can really help us understand autism better. With that, we reach the last and final step, engage in discussion. Have you ever felt hesitant and then completely avoided talking about autism because it made you uncomfortable? Well, I know I have, and that's okay. I now realize I never had to be uncomfortable, and neither do you. If you talk about this to a friend or anyone who won't judge you, trust me, you'll start being more comfortable with this. The more openly we talk about this, the less judgment around it. And the less judgment around it, the more respectful the conversation automatically becomes. Following this acronym, QUAT, will help us be more mindful of our thoughts, our actions, and our words. I mean, imagine a world where all of this is implemented. How much of an effect would that have on people? Our world would be so much kinder, so much more filled with love and happiness and respect instead of hate and despair. So, before I sign off, I would like to leave you with 8 words and hold on to them, okay? Change your actions and words, not your empathy. Thank you.